let's dive in together, my collective, and see the messages that are coming in this time. Who needs to hear the messages the most? You're appreciated by me so much, guys, for just stopping here and choosing me. Always remember the readings here are general like that, so you will surely take what resonate with you and your life journey and leave the rest for others to appreciate. So let's see who needs to hear the messages the most at this time. Spirit, can you speak for my collective energy, please? And thank you. Who needs the messages at this time? Who needs to hear the message at this time? Okay, so I've got two cards. All right, so I see. So the first one is the waxing crescent moon, saying have faith in your dreams. Okay, so the sign that is coming in here, it's Aries. Aries energy. So Aries is saying it's time to take action, Aries. Okay. So what the universe wants you to know, it is that now is the time for you to take action. The problem, it can be that you don't necessarily have faith in your dreams. Okay. So you need to work on whatever that could be stumbling blocks in your life here. Whatever that is stopping you from taking action as far as your hopes, your dreams are concerned here. This is something that the universe wants you to put to a stop, because it is the time for you to literally take accountability of your life moving forward here. Okay, Aries, at the bottom of the deck, we're having um, full moon in Virgo saying you are good enough. For some of you, it can be you not having faith in yourself, not just your dreams, but also yourself per se. Okay, so it's very vital, it's very important to put your faith in yourself before anything else here. Okay, because that's exactly what matters in life here. Okay, so at the top we have a new moon in Libra. All right, saying a new romantic cycle begins. For some of you, it can not necessarily be that type of a relationship. This is more like a relationship between you and the self, okay? It can be that awakening of your higher version here that you are just about to fall in love with here, guys, okay? Something like that. Not necessarily that of a relationship as in like a person, so to speak here, guys, okay? So that's exactly what I'm getting for you here, my Aries. But if this has something to do with your relations or anything like that, it can be you finding yourself in relations that don't necessarily support your hopes, your dreams, so to speak. Okay. So maybe this speaks more of you evaluating also as far as what is it that you want, or the type of relationship that you literally want to find yourself in. Are they supportive in whatever that you are doing? Or this is something that is more suppressive, or something that feels more heavy when it comes to you, your life journey, your hopes, your dreams, your desires here, Aries here. Okay, maybe that's exactly what this scale is now asking you to do at this time. Okay, what is it that you want? Okay, vision, or rather envision the life that you want to experience. Okay, exactly that, and live it. Something like that for you, Aries. Okay. Yeah, so we'll dive in. For some of you, if it's more of a relationship, you could be dealing with a Libra energy. It doesn't have to be, or rather, a Virgo energy here, okay? Or those um, signs are somewhat specific in your life at this time. So we'll dive in here to the tarot and see more as far as the energy that is here is concerned here, guys. Okay, so you could be on life path number 4. That's another thing that I'm getting for you, Aries. So let's see. Spirit, can you speak for my Aries energy, please? And thank you. So we're having the pages of swords. So it's more like if you have been making more of a research or something like that, learning, okay? It feels more like you've done enough now, okay? So it's time for you to take that type of action here. Though you appear more like someone who's not necessarily sure of themselves at this time. Another page, 2 pages is more like you feeling anxious about whatever this is, if not scared. Okay, you are not necessarily sure about the position that you are in energetically here. two pages here, okay? So perhaps it can be that energy where you don't necessarily trust your inner voice, your inner strength. That's your higher version speaking to you at that time, okay? It feels more like there is this other version that is merging now within you, Aries, and this is something that you have to acknowledge, okay? Something like that, because this is that version that you need at this time, for sure. We're having the Emperor here, so you are stepping into that era of your life where you are supposed to take accountability, leadership here, okay? Walk as you know, do the walk and the talking as well here, okay? Because it's more like this is something you are destined to do, or to be, something like that. You are meant to lead, you are meant to be a leader, okay? Something of that sort. This is your destiny, Aries, so you need to shake it off, something like that. That's another thing that I'm also getting so many cards. Whatever it is, you need to shake it off, my Aries, okay? Right? So it can be because of the experience that you have experienced in the past here, guys, okay? So I'm also getting that energy of trust here, where this is something that has literally left somewhat more of a sting in your life at this time. And this is something that maybe you need to look deep into, release even, so that you are able to move forward with grace here. Okay. Yeah, something like that. For some of you, this has something to do with a relationship, a person you were involved with, because you're having the Empress at the heart. So this could be something that is standing in your way, or something that literally did put you in a situation where you have this type of self-doubt. It can be some type of a relationship that you thought it's a make it, or it's a ride or die type of energy, because we're having the Empress, we're having the Emperor, okay? Something like that. Or for some of you, it can be that energy where you feel that you are not good enough for this without the Empress, without this Empress in your life, or something like that. The energy could be vice versa. All right, because we had the Libra energy, speaking of, did we? I think we did. Okay, yeah. So something to do with a feminine energy in your life for some of you here. Okay, or you could be a feminine. This has something to do with a particular masculine in your life. Take it how it resonates. So let's see why the Empress. We're having the Hermit here. Okay, this is Virgo. Virgo is somewhat coming in twice. Okay, so Virgo is coming in twice, Aries, for you. So a strong energy of Virgo. All right. You could be dealing with a Virgo energy. For some of you, it doesn't have to be. So let's see what is the influence to all of this for my Aries. What could be the influence here, Spirit? What is the influence? Okay, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords can literally represent more of a relaxation or meditation. At the same time, it can be that energy of stagnancy, okay? Or taking things even more slower than you should, okay? Something like that. Maybe you are not moving as you should, or you are so much in your comfort zone, something like that. Whereas the universe is calling up on you to take action on your life, your journey, something to do with relations, okay? So more like you have to balance the scale here. Something like that. For some of you, if this is not a relationship, it can be more of a marriage of some sort, okay? Something like that. So this is something that you have to um, evaluate. If not, more like find the balancing act. It gives that vibe that your own spirit guides wants you to stand up for yourself. More like be self-reliant than anything, instead of relying on someone, because the Two of Swords, it's more like you being caught between a rock and a hard place, as in like you have to choose between your work and the relationship that for some of you perhaps you do have, something like that, of which no, it doesn't have to be. It's more like you just have to find the balancing act between your personal and your professional, or should I say whatever that is, okay, and make it work for you, If it's marriage, then it doesn't necessarily say stop dreaming, something like that. And maybe that's why you feel in this nine of wands where perhaps you feel tired or something like that, okay? Or this speaks more of you, maybe there's a need for you to fight for whatever that you believe in. If it's a belief, then it's worth something that you have to fight for, something like that for you, Aries, okay? Yeah, it feels more like that's exactly what your own spirit guides wants you to do at this time. So let's try and get the overall energy for you here and see what is the overall message for you. What's the overall energy for my Aries here? Spirit, can you speak, please, for my Aries energy? What's the overall energy here for my Aries energy? Okay. Spirit, speak, please, and thank you. What's the overall energy? Guidance. So we're having guidance. For some of you, this is more like a guidance that you are receiving, or that's exactly what you need to ask from your own spirit guides. Ask them to help you to move forward with grace so that you do have divine support spiritually, so that you are able to move forward. For some of you, this is more like guidance that you are receiving at this time that you are not necessarily paying heed to, because at the bottom, we're having insights here. Along with the Hermit energy, pay attention, pay heed to the messages that you are receiving from spirit at this time. Moreover, it's more like your own spirit guides want you to be aware of something. At the top, we're having clear your energy. There could be a lot of negativity surrounding you at this time or your sphere. So there's a need for you to clear that so that you don't necessarily find yourself in this energy. The Two of Swords and the Four of Swords. This has everything to do with what is happening to you mentally at this time. Okay, this is something that could be affecting your mental state of being or your way of thinking at this time here. Whereas the energy that you should be vibing with at this time, it is that of the Emperor. Okay, for some of you, can also mean that you do have the support of an Empress, more like whomever that person that is in your life at this time. Okay, yeah, because we're having guidance now, all right, something like that. So take it how it resonates. I feel like that's your overall energy, my Aries. I really hope it does resonate with some of you. Do subscribe to the channel if it does, okay, and give it a thumbs up as well. I will definitely appreciate that. Until then, from me to you, you take care. Bye.